What's going on, kids? I just got back from a little trip outside of the city doing a little stargazing, and I met a lot of really cool people along the way, traveling through the woods, finding wide open fields in the middle of nowhere just so you can see as much stars as you can. And these people told me these legends about the stars and explaining exactly what they are, who they are, and where they came from. And I want to tell you guys today about one of them. It's called The Legend of the Seven Sisters. Once upon a time, there lived seven sisters. They were the hunting companions of the goddess Artemis. One day, all seven were playing in a secluded little glade in the forest. Their laughter rang merrily through the trees, for they thought that they were alone. They didn't know that they were close by to the valiant hunter Orion, who was hunting for a deer that had been eluding him for quite a while. "He may be smart," Orion muttered, "but he can't hide forever." He was wandering through the woods when he heard laughter coming from the seven hidden sisters. And I wonder who that could be, Orion thought, and he quietly stepped into the glade and saw seven of the most beautiful maidens playing by a small stream. "What goddesses you all are!" Orion cried in delight. This startled them all, and they turned and saw Orion. "Run!" they yelled, and they all began to flee. "Wait! Don't go!" Orion called, as he began to pursue them, but alas, he lost sight of them as they escaped through the trees. But Orion would not give up. "I shall find those fair maidens, I swear it!" he called determinedly to the sky. And from then on, Orion interrupted every single hunt that Artemis and the sisters went on. He chased them relentlessly. This went on for 7 years, with the seven sisters always on the run from Orion. As each year passed, Artemis got angrier and angrier with every ruined hunt, and finally she couldn't take it anymore. "I will stop his interfering once and for all," she vowed, and set off for Mount Olympus to talk with Zeus. Upon arriving, Artemis explained her situation to Zeus. "He always ruins our hunts. Please protect my companions, I beg of you." "I shall consider your request," Zeus replied, and he dismissed her. He sat brooding on his throne when he got an idea. "Ha!" he chuckled. "I will humor Artemis's wish." So the next time that Artemis and the sisters' hunt was cut short because of Orion, Zeus put his plan into action. He turned the seven sisters into pigeons, and they soared into the sky, with Artemis and Orion looking on. When the seven birds had flown almost too far to be seen, Zeus changed them into stars. And Artemis was furious at losing her companions and went off to talk to Zeus again. And this is actually what they look like really up close. You can see in the stars, if you zoom in very, very much with very, very big telescopes, this is what the sisters look like up in the sky. But as she went in to speak with Zeus, she said, "This is not what I wanted," she cried. "Now I won't get to see them anymore." "Of course you will," Zeus consoled. "You're not just the goddess of the hunt, remember? You're also the goddess of the moon, which happens to pass by your companions regularly, so you'll be able to visit them more often." And Artemis had content herself with that. And that is how the seven sisters became known as the group of stars called the Pleiades. And get this, they even told me about a version of the story that they heard by the Native Americans. They said it was the exact same thing. The seven sisters were running away and being chased by bears, actually, instead of Orion in this story, and chased them all the way up into a little rock, and the sisters pleaded for help to someone save them. And what happened was the rock that they were standing on rose up and carried all the sisters into the sky and turned them into stars. And the bears that were chasing them clung on to the rock, and their claws dug in, leaving behind marks that you can see at this place that is red, called the state of Utah. You can see on this tower that they named Devil's Tower in Utah, where you can see the bear scratches from the rocks of them chasing the sisters through the woods. And whenever you're able to see a night sky without any lights anywhere, you can still see the sisters up in the sky being chased by Orion still to this day. And these are the things that people call constellations when there's a group of stars all together. So if you ever look up and find them, you'll know their story and how they ended up there.